Okay, I had a buddy go to Edisto Island for the week. Every time he goes to the beach, what I ask him to do is, he has the Yeti cooler, and he goes straight to the fishmonger. So I got 5 pounds of red snapper, 5 pounds of grouper, and we got 15 bags, 15 pounds, 3 bags of wild shrimp. Now, this is shrimp that's caught, brought to this fishmonger, put on ice, and brought to me. I go to fish markets, I go to supermarkets, they got frozen bags, they say wild caught. What does that really mean? When you taste it, does it taste like plastic? So I'm going to show you a little secret. We spend the money, we buy it once, and then we do what we got to do to put it in the freezer, and for the next 5 or 6 months, we have shrimp that tastes as good as the day it came out of the ocean. I'm going to show you my secret. I'm going to show you, basically, they come in 5-pound bags, fresh out the ocean. So the first thing I do is I dump them out in the sink. Now, to vacuum seal a shrimp is almost impossible. These little spines in the tail, they will puncture that bag. I don't care if you try 5 or 6 layers. It's going to puncture the bag. So the first thing I do is I cut the tails off. Does it eliminate 100% of the little prickers? No, it does not. But I can tell you right now, if we can eliminate these tails, I have a friend, he asked, hey, why don't you peel them first and then freeze them? When you boil shrimp, you need to keep the shell on, because it is my opinion only. You can either agree with it, not agree with it. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But once you peel that shell, if you boil it, you're going to lose a percentage of flavor. Whether it's 20%, whether it's 30%, it's irrelevant. I've learned, go ahead, cook the shrimp with the tails on. After you cook the shrimp and you clean it, do your best to pull off the little pieces of spine, whatever you got to do to get rid of that little black thing that goes down the back. Their intestines, the poop, whatever you want to call it. The spine comes out. You clean it up. You wipe it off a little. If you got to hit it under the faucet really quick, hit it under the faucet really quick. But here's the bottom line. I'm taking the time to do this now because these shrimp for the next 4 or 5 months are going to be in my freezer. We try to go twice a year and get fresh seafood. Right now, we spent a lot of money in our backyard, in our garden. These raised beds, they don't come cheap. They last forever. We're not doing anything that's going to rot away or deteriorate or erode. But it does take a lot in the beginning. So I didn't go nuts on the fish. We have the 5 pounds of grouper. We have 5 pounds of red snapper. The red snapper comes with skin on it. I'm going to go ahead and skin it. I'm going to make a couple of 2-pound packs, and I'll keep out 1 pound of the red snapper. I'll keep out 1 pound of the grouper. And right now, we're probably going to boil up a couple of pounds of shrimp just because how could you not do it? But once I get these shrimp done, I'm going to fill a bowl. After I fill the bowl, they're going to get put into a bag without contaminating the top of the bag. When you use a vacuum sealer, and we use it a lot, I'm going to show you the bags I buy. You can't just buy the bags that come with it. It's a little expensive. You could buy 100-foot rolls. You could buy 200-foot rolls. You could buy big rolls. They will not fit in the machine. But I learned I'll put the roll behind the machine, pull it up over the machine, pull it out the bottom, and I'll make myself 15 to 20 bags. Then I'll get the product ready that I'm going to go ahead and freeze. I'll fill it, and then we can seal them, mark them, put them in the freezer. Like little shrimp bricks, 2-pound bricks. I try to put it in 2 pounds. And 2 pounds of fresh shrimp, my idea in putting these in this way is try to keep them touching the bottom of the bag, not the top. I like to try to keep the top of this bag clean, so when I feed it into the vacuum sealing machine, it's not contaminated. I actually got it down to a science doing strawberries, because freeze drying strawberries, when you do 60 or 70 gallons like we did last year, this year we did maybe 30 gallons. You know why? Because the strawberry crops did not taste the way they did last year. We still had plenty in the freezer from last year, even though we had to recuperate from the year that our freezer unplugged and we lost everything. So here's the thing. I pre-cut a pile of bags. I have a big fat roll that will not fit inside the machine. There's a hole over here. And what fits inside the machine is something about this size. So after I cut all my bags, I'm able to put this inside the machine. Before that, this sits behind the machine. I pull it up and over. I feed it out the bottom. I cut all my bags. I do what I got to do. So therefore, I can now put 2 bags on each package. This is my secret. Cut the tails off. While it's vacuum sealing, immediately take another bag. Start to slide it over the first one. The second it's done vacuum sealing, I'm going to drop it in. I'm going to fold it over. Watch what I do. As soon as that bag lets loose, it's going straight in here, and we're going to pull it again. I'm not even going to give it time for the air to seep back in. Those little spines, they work like little needles. Once you get a little pinhole, the oxygen goes in. Your shrimp will not last 6 months in the freezer. It's so important. Okay, immediately bend it down, and we run it again. I'll tell you what, this is it right here. I get ready. I'm going to wipe everything off the edge. And then I'm going to seal it 2 more times. And what's going on here is while the first bag is still fully vacuum sealed, now we come on top of it and we vacuum seal the second time. This shrimp's going to run 6 months in the freezer without even blinking. They're still very cold too. They were packed on ice. You saw the cooler. My buddy, he believes in these Yeti coolers like you cannot imagine. I never even heard of a Yeti cooler till he tried drilling it into me. You gotta get a Yeti. I've been using Igloo all these years. As soon as this is finished, I know you see me using this extra box to hold that little cutting board, but I'll tell you right now, there's nothing worse than trying to vacuum seal something that's not level. Okay, here we go. Now I know this is tight. You see this? This is solid. No oxygen. No deterioration. That's sealed. I got a second seal going on it. Third seal. Where's my Sharpie? All right. Here's my Sharpie. Here we go. I know right now we're good. 6 months minimum. And we're going to go with shrimp. And we're going to go with 6, 16, 23. Okay, it's time to go ahead and clean up this red snapper. It's a little 5-pound bag of red snapper. My brother was nice enough to give me a professional fillet knife. You know, I've been married for a long time, and I've been playing games in the kitchen. You have no idea. Playing games with the wrong knife is just completely a waste of time. So he said all I got to do is draw this knife a couple of times on this little sharpener he gave me. My dad and my brother, they're pretty good with their knives. The idea is I want to freeze up a couple of pounds of fish, and I'm going to keep some out for us to eat fresh. The first thing is I want to take the skin off. That's just me. I don't mind chicken skin, but eating fish skin truly does not appeal to me. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to see how I do for the first time cleaning the fish without my brother to help me. Okay. If I remember, I got to get a hold of it with this paper. And just go ahead and just work this way down. Oh, look at that. Glory to God. That's a beautiful fillet right there. Red snapper. All right. Why they would leave the skin on it, I don't know. Some people probably cook with the skin on it. And I've seen some of these cooking channels where they cook and then they go to take the fish off the platter that they cooked it on and the skin sticks to the platter. That's gold. That's red snapper gold right there. I know what I'm going to be doing in about 15 minutes. I am going to be bleaching the heck out of everything in this kitchen. Okay, we got red snapper. Well, this magic marker is doing wonders, huh? What do we got? 6. I'll have to get another marker. 6, 16, 23. All right, folks. So we got red snapper. Now I'm going to put enough in here for my wife and I to eat. And then I'm going to vacuum seal it. And I'm going to keep a little out, and we're going to probably eat it the next few days. All right, we're going to have dinner in the next few days. I know my wife is cooking a big meal for Father's Day on Sunday. But we got red snapper. It's amazing. When fish does not smell fishy, and you know it just came out of the ocean. I wish I had the money to order 50 pounds, but you know, it is what it is. It was a blessing. Okay. It's a little red snapper for the night we cook it. Okay. I mean, that's some clean, fresh fish. For those of you that know the deal, it is not easy to come by. Definitely not easy to come by. Fresh fish. I'm gonna save some of the grouper, and we're gonna have red snapper and we're gonna have grouper. Maybe we'll have it tomorrow or Monday. I'm not sure. Okay, the grouper doesn't have the skin on it. So this is gonna be easy. This is gonna be a lot easier. Let's go ahead and get the bag. I tried to mark it a couple of times, just because by marking it a few times, we know it's not going to wear off in the freezer. Okay, my wife is in here apparently with the taste test. You just dripped something. What you got? Show me what you got. All right. What the heck is that?
Chocolate whipped cream.
Oh my God. Chocolate whipped cream, folks. You heard it here. That's a beautiful meal. That's a beautiful piece of fish right there. I guess a grouper was a decent sized fish. I've seen them on the fishing channels. I've seen them on the internet. Reeling in these fish that are big as me. 400 or 500 pound groupers. So this must have been a smaller grouper right here. That's our second meal. Grouper, what do we got left? We got one fillet left, so guess what we're gonna do with that one? We're gonna save this one in the refrigerator. In a Ziploc bag. All right. We'll just keep one of these. Grouper. So somewhere in the next few days, either tomorrow night or Monday night, Karen and I are gonna have some fish, and I'm looking forward to it. My brother used to bring me fish. I even pay him to bring it to me. What a beautiful thing. He would catch those striped bass off of Long Island, and he would bring them. Okay, we got a package of red snapper. I might have been able to make 2 smaller packages, but you saw I just learned how to pull the skin off. My brother taught me a long time ago. My dad, I watched him my whole life. But you can watch something until you actually do it. It's a little different. So let's get this thing sealed. Okay. So we have a perfectly sealed package of red snapper, fresh out of the ocean. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. I'm gonna say we're good. We're good for 4 or 5 months, easy, easy. When my brother would bring me striped bass that he cleaned, that fresh out of the ocean, that stuff would last. It would taste as fresh as the day he brought it if we ate it 8 months to a year later. This vacuum sealing machine is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing unless you lose your electricity. Then you have a problem. But if you don't lose your electric, the vacuum sealer does wonders. And I make sure I give it that extra 2 or 3 seals so I know this is going to stay perfect. I got the date, I got what it is. It's perfect. No bones, no skin, no fat, ready to go. Fresh out of the ocean. All right, now we got 2 packages of grouper. 2 fillets in each package. So that's enough for my wife and myself and our granddaughter. If a couple of people came over, we'd have to use 2 packs. But that's not going to happen. We're going to save this and be a little selfish. This is beautiful. Okay, there you have it. We got 3 packs of fish. That's 3 dinners. We got about 6 or 7 packages of shrimp. And I can tell you right now, they're sealed. They're as good as gold. Back there, we still got a few strawberries. Most of them made it into our garage freezer. I hope this video was entertaining and educational. Basically, you have to cut those tails off and double bag them, and those shrimp will last forever. And when you open up a 2-pound bag, it's 2 pounds of shrimp. Not like when you go to the store and you buy 2 pounds of shrimp, but they sprayed many layers of water on it to seal each shrimp. So you're really getting 1.5 pounds of shrimp and 1/2 pound of water, or maybe worse. And then farm raised, they say ocean, fresh caught, wild caught. What do you know? Did it come from Indiana, or did it come from Florida, or did it come from the Philippines? Did it come from Thailand? There's no telling. What's in the shrimp that you eat? This, I feel really good about. The fish, I'm excited. Next time we sit down and eat this fish, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to it. Fresh fish. And really quick, when I buy my bags, these rolls of bags, they come in these boxes. These boxes of rolls will not fit in that machine. That's a half a roll. After I made about 15 to 20 bags tonight, running it up over the back and then inside and then pulling it out, I was able to put that inside the machine. But this is the economic way of doing it. Buy them in bulk, do what you got to do, save a lot of money, double bag your shrimp.